Good morning and welcome back to Great Tor. See Carl's still in his pit, a lazy git. He's got his coffee on, look. How'd you sleep, Carl, alright?
Good actually, a lot warmer.
Yeah, good.
I'm happy about that.
We pitched virtually next to each other so we could serenade each other to sleep with our snoring last night, and there was a fair bit of snoring going on, not from my tent. But, Snug Pack 4-season chrysalis 4-season bag last night. First time out on that one, very good. The Cedar Summit pillow made a big difference. Now I know people say you can get the copy ones from China. I haven't personally seen them, but if they're as good as the original, then they're worth getting. But that there was worth every penny I paid for it, I think, because I slept quite well last night. The sun's just coming out, but from where we are, it's we're the other side of where the sunrise is happening. And time I get up there, it'll be all over. But you can just see it's just creeping along the top of the hills there. It's just starting to get bright along here. I'll give you a look at the view. Obviously when we got here last night it was almost dark and we needed to set up, so didn't give us a lot of chance to do any filming or anything. So this is where we walked up from last night. So down there is where we did the river crossing, and we come up across the top of here all the way around the back and up to here, and it was a hell of a slog. I nearly ran out of steam actually. But, there you go. You can just see the sun clipping the tops there now. Looks really nice, lovely, and it's lighting up all the dead ferns that are all brown at the minute. And if there was a quicker way up here, I'd nip up there and just get a glimpse of the sun coming up, but I'm more interested in getting the breakfast on at the minute and putting another coat on, because it's a nice morning. It is crisp, and it is only a couple of degrees at the minute, but there's a bit of a breeze behind it, which is making it feel pretty cold. So time to get the down jacket on, I think, and cook me breakfast. Right, so I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, we've both had our breakfast. I've got a big pot of milky coffee on the go. Carl's had his porridge. He's packing up. I'm still making a mess, but come and look at the camp kitchen. So, go past the sexy tent. There it is. Look. Bit of a mess, but I know where everything is. Well, that's the plan anyway. But, the sun went in again. It started to come out, and it went in again. It's obviously just got a bit lighter, but there's no proper sunshine yet. When we've packed up and we finished our coffees and stuff, we're going to be heading out this way, over here, down across. We're going to follow the range markers up to the path and take in as a standing stone to take in a stone circle, and that's on the way up to White Tor, which is the last tour of the day. So, which I believe is that one over there, Carl, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just see it. It's just in the distance over there. It's probably it's only probably a couple of miles away as the crow flies, but it's up and down like a you know what here. So, welcome back, campers. We've broken camp. That's where Carl was there, and I was over here somewhere, I think, over there. So we're all packed up. Got the big lump on. Carl's got himself a new bag. Come look at this. Look at that beauty. He said the only trouble was he couldn't get it in pink. And he wasn't very happy they run out of pink, but and then we've just spotted the stone circle we're going to visit in the distance. Well, the first time we thought we saw it, but it was moving, so it must be cows. So, but we think we can actually see it now, so we're going to make a bit of a beeline for that, take some pictures, bit of video. If I find something interesting to film between here and then I'll bring you back. Right, onwards. Come on then, let's see you cross this river.
Yeah. I'll fall in.
If you fall in, it'll be worth me standing here videoing it. Oh, he's looking a bit doddery already, look.
I think I've had a few now.
Don't fall in that bit. You're like you're about to have a fart. Well done, that man. I think I'll just stay this side. Looks like it's going to be my turn. I dare say I'll get his camera out. There we go. So we both survived the water torture, but that's where we were last night on the Great Mist Tour, or Great Mist Tour, and we've come down past these. I don't know if you can see them on the GoPro, but there are some range posts here, and we followed those down, and as you would have just seen, we just crossed over there. So that's where we were yesterday. So last night we dropped down in the valley and back up the other side to this side, and that was quite a jaunt. But there's more range markers over there, and they run up here, and we're going to follow those up now to there's a path along the top, and somewhere up there we've already seen it from afar is the stone circle. From there we're going to go and see the standing stone before going up to White Tor, but we're going to slog up this hill first. We just had a drink of water, a couple of painkillers for the old dodgy knee, and onwards and upwards. Always seems to be upwards, doesn't it? There are a few downs, but there's more ups and downs. But yeah, we're having a good time, good fun. So get yourself out, do a bit of wild camping. You know it makes sense. Who says that?
Fell Wanderer.
Fell Wanderer. Go and see his channel, good channel. He's nuts, mine, bonkers, but it's a good channel. Right, let's get cracking. Whew. Right, we've got to the next little spot. We've climbed that other side of the valley and then up this track, and we've come up this track to see this stone circle. On the map it's just stone circle restored, it says on the map. And if you look at the history, this area was damaged in the First and Second World War, where they were up here practicing with their bombs and stuff. So at some point since the wars it's been restored, but there are a few laying down again. That could possibly just be cattle or whatever, but I'll turn you around and you'll be able to see the circle itself. It's quite impressive, probably 30-40 feet across. You know, it's not Stonehenge, but very interesting, to say the least. You see that one there's laying down. This one's standing up. Got a big one there that's laying down, look. That one there looks like it's snapped off of there by the look of it. It's broke right off, but yeah. And when we were up there this morning camping, we were looking across, you can actually make this out. And just the other side of this hill, there is a settlement. And you can quite clearly define sort of roundhouse type buildings. We didn't go right up to it because we wanted to get up here and get to the stone circle, but it was halfway up the hill. We just wanted to crack on up the hill, really. But there's Carl in the middle of the circle, look. He's going to get beamed up by the whatever the circle was made for back in the day. But that gives you a bit of an idea of the scale of it. Yeah, as you can see, the sun is trying to come out. It'll be out in a minute, I'm sure. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. The plan after this little visit, I'm going to stop and have a drink in a minute, get some water on board, is to go back down this path. I don't know if you can see, but there's people just there in the distance, so there's a pathway that leads over the top along to there and up to White Tor, which is where we're going to finish our walk today. But we've still got 2 or 3 miles walking yet, maybe more, because once we get to White Tor we've still got to walk back to the car. But luckily for us it's all downhill, mate, isn't it? And I've not decided quite yet, but I might have a breakfast on the way home. 10:47 at the minute. It's taken us 47 minutes, 50 minutes to get from the top of there to here. So you know, it doesn't look that far, but take some walking, especially over this rough ground, and there's bog and slippy bits everywhere. Right, waffling now, as Foxy would say. I'll bring you back in a bit.
And further up, this is the stream. This is the spring.
So Carl's been this way before last week, and he made the mistake of further up, going across further up from here. There's a big bog, and they all filter down through all this, what looks like some sort of quarry workings or something, to the little stream you'll see just seen us go across. So luckily he's been up before, and we ain't going to make that mistake again and go through the bog, because it's wet enough up here as it is. But just a couple of these little streams to get through. Once we're on the other side, it's a bit of an uphill climb to the top of the ridge, right next to, well, and in between, we're going to be in between White Tor and the standing stone. So the idea is we're going to walk up to the ridge, turn right, go up to the standing stone, which apparently is about 8-9 feet tall, so quite impressive and worth visiting if you're out this way, and then walk back, taking in the views, going up to White Tor, which you can probably just make out is just there, White Tor. And we're going to go up here, standing stones over there, and then back across to White Tor, and then it's down this side a couple of miles to the car. So another little stream to negotiate. So we've reached a standing stone, and there he is. But, I don't know if you can see it, but I think it looks like a face and a person. But, you've got the nose, there's a bit of an eyebrow there, and on the side it looks like an arm. But it's quite a tall object. There's coal beside it, look. And don't forget, coal 3'6".
Yeah,
don't forget.
Small guy.
But it's a fair old lump of granite. I'll walk around the other side of it, and it's quite a thin piece. But yeah.
So I wouldn't want it to be the builder that put it up here.
No, it takes.
Yeah.
Must have took some erecting.
Yeah.
Right. According to the map, just to the other side of this standing stone, there is a stone row. We're going to go and see if we can find it, and then we're going to head up to White Tor, which is just there. We've just turned around and noticed where we were staying last night at Great Mist Tor is now, the top of it is covered in mist. You can't see the top of it no more. We've walked down across, up this way. We're going to look around over there, and then we're going to go back across the top of this crest up to that tor. Probably have a sit down for half an hour, taking the views before they disappear in the mist, and then we're going to get back to the cars. And I think, well, I'm going to go and get some lunch from somewhere. I don't know if Carl can go for lunch, because I think he's got knitting club or something tonight. Wash his hair. Oh, he fell in the river then. Right. See if we can find this stone row. Well, unfortunately, I'll say unfortunately, we think that there is a stone row, but it's virtually covered over. There is like a mound in a straight line, comes over to this wall, It's either a collapsed disused wall or it's the stone row that's on the map, but we couldn't see anything that was obviously a stone row. It's more of these like bubbles in the grass. It's really weird. Would make a really good picture when the light was just stepping down and leaving all the shadows behind it. But we're on our way up to White Tor now. Gonna get up there, taking the view for 20 minutes. It is coming in a bit misty, so I don't know how much longer we're going to have up there before we have to get out of it. I wouldn't be lying if I said I'm not ready for a nice hot cup of coffee and cook breakfast somewhere. I had porridge this morning. I still haven't eaten my all day breakfast. I still carted it all around the moor for 15 miles or whatever it is. Twice now, that is. So right, let's get up the top of this one. I'll bring you back. We've made it to White Tor, which is our last tour of the day and tour of the 2 days. And some of the locals are up here, look. Little ponies. And some of them are little beauties. And there's the old stone built range hut. The ponies seem to like it around this area. Right, we just felt a couple of spots of rain, so we're going to see if we can find what's the next White Tor?
Well, I think down below this is Little White Tor.
We think there might be a place called Little White Tor. We're going to have a quick look at the map, and if we're not a million miles from it, and then we're going to take it in, I think. We're just as well while we're here. We're just going to walk up to the flagpole, which is probably the top of the tour. Obviously where they raise the red flags when they're up here firing. So if you can see it, it's flagpole is just there. So crack on over to there now. Well, we're here. It's a bit blustery, but hopefully the dead cat will do the job. There's the flagpole, and just over here is a little welcome to Dartmoor sign that says "Welcome to Dartmoor training area. You are approaching a military firing range." So yeah, there she is. There's the pole. Got up here at last. We still haven't found Little White Tor yet. We're going to we're going to have a look for it on the way down, but the weather's coming in a bit now, so I'm glad we didn't leave it any longer to make a move this morning, because I'll turn you around and it's just all coming in now. Look, you can't see hardly anything. Just about an hour ago you could see for miles there, but that's how quick it comes in on Dartmoor, very quick. But car's only about half a mile away now, I think, isn't it? About that? Yeah. So my stomach's rumbling, so I might have my Snickers bar now. We've got to the end. Journey accomplished and all that. So we're just going to drop down here now. There's another little tour that could be the one we're looking for, but we're not certain. So I'll bring you back in a bit. So we've just dropped down off of White Tor, and We're not sure if we found Little White Tor or not, but we think that's possibly it there. It's not, it doesn't even say it on the map apparently, but somebody did say that it may have been called that. We've come back to where we were yesterday, which is Stephen's grave.
That's it, yeah.
So back again. So I'm ready for my coffee now and my lunch. We've got about probably about a mile on it.
Yeah.
Probably about a mile down this track to back to the car, and I don't think anything exciting is going to happen between now and then. So that's going to be it for this video. So thank you for watching. If you've watched this long, please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you all on the next one. But obviously don't forget,
Stay Cornish.
stay Cornish. See you later guys, bye.